Extra safety.
All right, good morning, everybody. My name is Stacy, and I'll be your operator. Happy Easter. Welcome to Ober Gatlinburg Sunrise Service. We'll have a little boat coming in and out of the dock. We're off to the swing as we cross a couple of those towers. It's 2.1 miles, 15 miles an hour. It's going to be a 9-minute ride. Now, usually I've got a whole blah, 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 blah. But happy Easter, you guys. Enjoy your ride. Enjoy.
Too early to start that kind of stuff.
And too dark out. We do got new LED lights, so when we're flying over the neighborhood, it's like time to wake up because here we are. The whole neighborhoods are lighting up.
Yeah, but
Well, kids, what we talked about, you gotta be able to actually see what's going on there. We haven't seen a lot of bears, though, which is very good. We were worried about that. This is a very different Easter for us. It's normally the line. They'll be opening, probably May, the end of May. Yeah, they got an airlift on those beautiful city and everything.
and there goes the
Now we are getting ready to pass over the Gatlinburg bypass. You can pick it up on either end of Gatlinburg. And
The view in front of me is a beautiful picture of the church, and you look good. Many years when Easter is early And it's so cold up here in the mountains. We start this service in full darkness, and I do the welcome where I can't even see your faces. And this year, now, I can stand in front of you and look at you and see the love light of the risen Christ and see the beauty of the church. And I say to you, welcome to the Gatlinburg Ministerial Association and Ober Gatlinburg Easter Sunrise Service. This is the 20th year that the good company and the good people of Ober Gatlinburg have hosted this service on this mountain. The employees have worked all through the night, have given up time with their families to make this possible for us. I appreciate your presence on this mountain this morning and invite you throughout the year to come enjoy Ober Gatlinburg whenever you get the opportunity. Oh, how beautiful it is for us to be together in this holy moment.
From 1 John 1, this is the message we have heard from him and proclaimed to you. God is light, and in him there is no darkness at all. Some of you here this morning, no doubt, are journeying in the darkness. And I'm not talking about the trek to this mountaintop. I'm talking about the darkness of the spirit, the darkness of the heart, darkness of the mind, the darkness of grief, illness, insecurity, sin, guilt, loneliness. But in those kinds of darkness, there is no need for nyctophobia, for God is working in the midst of the darkness. It's hard to see sometimes, We have all sung the words, holy, 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 though the darkness hide thee. But yet, sometimes the unseen God brings light into the darkness of our lives. And so when we look into the darkness through the eyes of faith, we will not only see the ever-present God.
He did not go in. And Simon Peter came, following him, and went into the tomb. He saw the linen wrappings lying there, and the cloth that had been on Jesus' head, not lying with the linen wrappings, but rolled up in a place by itself. Then the other disciple who reached the tomb first also went in, and he saw and believed. For as yet they did not understand the scripture that he must rise from the dead. A question first, among the 800 or so of you gathered here, is any one of you legally blind? Anyone legally blind? I'll have to punt then. Okay, so they're running together. They're running together.
For others. Jesus tells us earlier in John's Gospel that we are to, quote, love one another just as I have loved you. Humbly, sacrificially. And there are many opportunities for the love we know in Jesus to be made evident in the world around us. Whenever we care for the poor, the hungry, the thirsty, those in prison, the widowed, whenever we advocate for those who are disempowered, ostracized, or marginalized by society, we live out that love of His. And that love comes into the world for others. As Jesus said in Matthew's Gospel, as you did it for the least of these, you did it to me. So, there are many opportunities to bring that love of Christ into the world for others, to make it manifest. Just as He has made His love manifest to us in rising from the dead. Be prepared to seize those opportunities when we encounter them. Let us seize those opportunities to live out the love of Christ, of the resurrected Lord. Because Jesus Christ is risen, He is risen indeed.
May God the Father, God the Son, and God the Spirit make us one in holiness.
Them demonstrate His love. However, as strong as His commitment and love for them was, there was one thing that could have prevented Him from delivering His family. Death. Yet today we proclaim that God's love for us in Jesus, His love and commitment to us, is so great that not even death could keep Him from fulfilling His promise, to keep His love from coming into the world and making a difference. Death could not hold Jesus in its grip. It's that same love, that same commitment and power that delivers us from the power of sin and death as we follow Him. Sin, death, all that oppresses us and enslaves us need no longer rule or control our lives.
I will sing.
They get to ride the very front on the window.
Yep. You just sit there and just
Don't see any bears in the bear pit.
When I open it, Gentry Photos not even open. You got guests on your tram?
My knuckles are white.
That makes you see. You might come up down here. How can it make you see?
Oh, right there she is. Look on the side, that black spot, back, right there. Oh. She's got 2 cubs. Yeah. She moved. She was in a different spot. I was going to show you that spot.
I know, exactly. It's back there like that.
And then the night shift after they get off the tram, they get them on power floor down there. Sometimes they have to put bathroom wax. Can't clean it. I know, I'm going through that all. we are gonna bump coming into dock. I'll have you exit out on the left-hand side.
Yeah?
It all just depends on how the wind catches you. Did you get at a certain point?
There's the car. See the car?
Oh, look, even though it's worth it.
Even though it's worth it.
Even though it's worth it.